Hey guys, Iceman here, and I decided to make an assassin. Now, Daddy doesn't have much experience at all with the assassin. I think I made one back when they were first released. Yeah, like when Lord of Destruction came out. Sometime around that, I think. And I didn't get very far. I got like partly through normal mode, I think, and I just kind of decided to go, back to my paladin or whatever at the time. But her name is Ice Bunny. And I might have gone a strange route this time. See, I was kind of wanting to do something a little different from what most people do and just go a different route in terms of the build, because I never hear these melee assassins. But it's not taking long for me to figure out why. It just doesn't seem to be very viable, which is what I expected, because you see the Trapsins everywhere, but you rarely ever see the melee ones. And when you do, they're normally like those dueling ones who do Whirlwind, right? So they're primarily PvP, but I mean, it's kind of fun. And in normal mode, she could probably do all right. Like, she's only level 32, and I'm doing okay here in the chaos. Now let me show you my gear. See, what's cool is you charge up your skills, but it only lasts for like 30 seconds or whatever before you lose your charges. So you can get 1, 2, or 3 orbs around you. When you get 3 for Phoenix Strike, when you get 1 orb, for example, check this out. You shoot a meteor. So you hit him, and then the meteor falls. And it does decent damage. And then you get 2 orbs around you, and you do some lightning thing. See that? And then you get 3 orbs around you, and you do like its primary effect, which is this orb. It's kind of like Frozen Orb, only I really like how it freezes them. And I do recall that from back in the day when I first played, but you just never really see assassins around that use that, in like Hell Mode and stuff. It's probably because it's just not very comparable to the traps and things like that. Of course, it's kind of nice how you can do multiple damage types with this. Like, you could probably get through hell, I would guess. And then you just have to do a normal attack or a kick, or finishing move rather, in order to cast when you have your orbs around you. You can cast it whenever you want. You can just keep doing the regular attack, but you can also cast it whenever you want. And you can cast it with this kick, for example. Now, the kicks are kind of like Smite for a Paladin. And this is why, I don't know if all you remember, or if any of you played back in the day. Well, I'm sure many of you did, but I recall hearing that the assassin, the Kicksin, was one of the first builds that was able to defeat the Ubers. Because the kick is kind of like Smite. It hits every time. See, and it adds damage and attack. Not sure why I would add attack. I thought the damn thing hit every time. Maybe it doesn't. I mean, I was kind of under the impression that it did. Like Smite. I could be wrong with that, though. But anyway, Kicksins were known to do the Ubers. Alright? And I think you can add stuff to your kick. Like those mirrored boots. Those unique ones that are made for the assassin. The higher end the boots are, and those are, the highest boots in the game, the elite mirrored boots, the higher kick damage they add, I believe. Do these add kick damage? Durability. Shit. See, Daddy doesn't know shit about the assassin, man. But that's why I wanted to play as it. I wanted to experiment some. I'm just using some junk gloves, some junk melee items. I gave her this lore that my sorceress was using. I had an extra Skin of Viper Mage. I actually found this amulet in the Chaos Sanctuary. So not bad, give it some mana. This piece of junk, Cow King's hooves, which are kind of nice. Yeah, man. Some very basic gear. And I use Burst of Speed. It's been kind of nice. You run really fast with it. It increases your run walk speed and your attack speed. But I think I'm going to switch over to Trapsin. Yeah. And I hate respecking this early. Like, most of my characters, they have at least 2 of their Respec quests still available. I mean, I use the tokens before I use the Respec quests. I just like to save them, just in case, you know? You never really know when you're going to need it, man. But I like saving those things up. In fact, I think 2 of my 3 mains, they still have all 3 of their Respec quests left. I just don't like spending that shit. But yeah, as you can see, it's okay for area damage. But of course, that orb damage just isn't really doing too much. And I'm only level 32, so I only got to put a few points in it. But I did, however, level up the synergy here, which is Blades of Ice. Now let me show you that one. That one's actually pretty cool. But it doesn't have as much range as the Phoenix Strike one. So check this out. And it freezes them. Like, look at, and it does more damage though. Yeah, that's awesome. I think the effect looks really cool, especially. See, the cold damage is 125 to 150 at level 11, whereas Phoenix Strike, that Ice Bolt damage is only 60 to 91. So, again, significantly more damage. But of course, this one is level 11. So I'm sure once they're maxed out, they're going to be a heck of a lot more comparable. And the benefit with Phoenix Strike is that, you know, it shoots that shit all over the place. Whereas this one is very limited in range, it seems. Now, I believe the range probably expands some when you level it up. I noticed that's what the fire one did. But, yeah, I kind of wanted to try out this new assassin, man. Now, I think endgame, these assassins generally use Enigma. Which I think would be a blast, because I really, I've experimented with Enigma like once back in the day. I think I had some paladin I used it on when everyone was just doing those Hammerdins. But it didn't take me long to just kind of get sick of, you know, doing that, because they were just everywhere. Everyone was making the Hammerdins. I always liked making different kinds of builds that weren't as popular. So that's pretty much my only experience with Enigma, and I never really strive for it, you know. I mean, I'll go for an Infinity before an Enigma, and like on a Javazon, for example, but I still would generally stay away from Enigma. So it might be kind of fun to strive for that rune word, you know, this ladder. I mean, no guarantees just yet. I don't know if I'm going to go that route. Because I might just as well have a good time without it on this build. It just helps with the efficiency quite a bit. And of course, Infinity as well. And I'll probably strive for Infinity before Enigma, actually, because my Javazon could use it as well. So that I could, you know, give the Javazon the Infinity and make some videos with that. But we'll see. I'm going to see how this character, you know, ends up being in terms of enjoyability. Yeah, they have this little shadow warriors that are kind of like Valkyrie, but they cast more stuff, it seems. And you have Fade, which is an awesome skill. I don't really need it right now because my res is pretty well off. But like later in Hell, you know, I'll probably be definitely needing the Fade skill. And Fade rocks, man. You know, most folks are familiar with it with Treachery, because it casts a level 15 Fade, I think. Oh, and for the Uber Diablo, or not Uber Diablo, but just regular bosses, I decided to put on these boots, see, because I think your kick, yeah, your kick does the crushing blow. You see that? I'm kicking his ass now. Like, literally kicking his ass, man. Yeah, so not bad. Oh, shit. I might need Fade for him. Yeah, Crushing Blow is a great thing to have, but once you get low on their life, it starts to become a problem if you don't do a lot of damage. Because I think what it does, it takes like 1/5 of their remaining life away every time. Or 1/5 of their, what would otherwise be their maximum. I'm not sure which, but either way, you know, once you start getting down to the nitty-gritty, oh shit, it can be really difficult to defeat a boss if you don't do decent damage. Because it only takes away, you know, a fraction of their life every time. Maybe it's less than 1/5 even, I'm not sure. I thought it was around 1/5. We'll have to look that up. Ooh, actually, in this case, maybe I will want to use Fade against him. Let's try Fade on that. Yeah, so I'm kind of excited to see what the Trapsin shit is going to be like. So stay tuned for a video on that. Or I'll just add it to this one, I'm not sure which. Holy shit, he's going to beat me down. And Daddy's going to get his ass kicked. Actually, that's right. Now that I'm doing single target, I want to go back to the Blades of Ice because those are doing more damage. There we go, we got him. And he did murder me once, though. But, nice little hawk helm. Okay, I think I'm going to add it to this video, so stay tuned. I'm going to respec and make a Trapsin, and we're going to see how fast she can defeat Satan. Hey guys, Iceman here, and I just respec, and check it out. I have Charged Bolt and Lightning Century filled in some, and then some basic disciplines. But I made a big mistake, man, because I was going fast, right? And I accidentally put one in Wake of Fire, which is a fucking waste. So I wasted one skill point right there. Kind of pisses me off. So, I guess later, you know, I might have to respec again. But of course, I'm probably going to have to do that anyway if I want to be optimal with, like, strength and stuff. But here's the Charged Bolt one. And how many of these can you even put out? What the hell? Holy cow, how many of these can you put out? Can you put out like as many as you want? Holy shit, dude, this one's kicking ass. Yeah, look at that. That's impressive. And I think it's generally the case where they max Fire Blast. Is it because it's a synergy to Death Sentry, maybe? And the Charged Bolt one? I don't know, but I'm going to use the Lightning one now. Let's see how the Lightning one compares. It does a heck of a lot more damage. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it does a hell of a lot more damage, man. The Lightning one. In fact, in this case, I'm just going to cast Fade again. Wow. Look at that. I'm already doing 400 damage. 449 damage at such a low level. And my Merc has Stealth, which I made for myself. Now I'm using Mage. And an Insight that I transferred over for my Sorceress. I think she used this when she was a low level. I traded for that in game or something. I don't quite remember how I attained that one. It's in a bill. Oh, it has 17 meditation as well, so very nice. But damn, dude, you guys seeing this? This is so far a hell of a lot more effective than my other one. Oh man, that is awesome. It's fun casting these traps. You can just keep casting them. I thought they had a limit. Holy shit. Yeah, I just never got into the Assassin, man, ever since I just tried them out for a little while. I think it was single player. I was like on a family vacation or something, and I just couldn't get off Diablo, so I decided to make an Assassin. Because I didn't have any internet connection where I was at. So I just made it single player on my laptop, and I was never into single player much. I always liked to do Battle.net, but apparently I was so desperate in those days to play. Yeah, and through these narrow corridors, I've read that these are very effective. In fact, the placement is probably key. It's going to take probably a lot of experience to get it down. But yeah, I guess you might as well spread them out some. And then they could get the enemies at different angles and stuff. Holy cow. Dude, this character is kicking ass now. I didn't know the Assassin was so cool, man. And I barely even tapped into their potential, you know? Look at that. It's nice how they do your bidding. These traps. Where you don't really have to do shit. Except for watch yourself. Did my fade go away already? Or burst of speed? There it is. Oh, I'm using a Goblin Toe still. I need to... There we go. I need to go back to my Cow King's hooves. Wow. Yeah, this is crazy different. Now, maybe they balance out a little better in Hell. I don't know. But traps, I assume, win overall. By quite a long shot. Like I said, because I just never see melee assassins around. Do you guys ever see them? I mean, granted, maybe once in a while, but it seems like the numbers are overwhelmingly in favor of the Trapsins. Ooh, look at that, another superior crown. Wow. Look at how freaking godly this assassin is, dude. Alright, I know she's a noob. But this is just such a vast difference from what was just going on when I was going around beating him with my little nunchucks, you know what I mean? My little wrist swords. Oh, man. If I were to get a little bit more familiar with this, I could go a hell of a lot faster. Holy shit. Yeah, imagine this. I'm sure you guys have seen. I just haven't paid too much attention to assassins the other days. I was really stuck in my ways, I guess. But I still don't really know which is generally more favorable, the Javazan or the Trapsin. You know, they're both generally less desirable characters, or less played as characters. They're not your common sorceress and paladin. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm just surrounding his ass. Holy shit. They might be diminishing now. 3, I have 5 out. Okay, maybe you can have 5 total? I don't know, man. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. Look at that. No problem, man. And I didn't even have Fade casted. Wow. Alright. I'm going to level this chick up some. And see where we can go from here, man. This is pretty whack. I might, if I like it, you know, I might give her... My Sork has some decent gear that I've attained, you know, since the ladder reset. I might give her a Shaco and maybe the Hoto, but I will try to self-find some stuff. Other than that, I have read that Griffin's Eye, the negative percentage to enemy light res, it doesn't apply for a Trapsin because the traps count as your pets, similar to that of a mercenary. I don't know if that's been experimented on much or not, or if that's the general consensus, but that's what I read, man, somewhere. Just some guy was telling it on a blog, right? So is it true? Let me know in the comments if you've heard anything about that. Does Griffin's Eye negative lightning res to enemies apply to your traps? I guess it would kind of make sense to me that it doesn't if they're considered, you know, pets or mercenaries. But then again, I don't know if that's the case. So, like the damn video and stay tuned. More videos to come. And I would like to thank my patrons. Thanks, man. I really appreciate your help in supporting the channel. And if you want to become a patron, check out the link in the description below. And Iceman will really appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Peace be with you.